word of the year several times over the course of this experiment, and it's something that I always go back to whenever I answer the question, what did I learn today? Since today is the 20th day of this experiment, and it is also the end of February, I thought I'd post all the lessons that I've learned so far. So a bit of a backstory about word of the year and where it's come from. I'm a huge fan of Abiding Together, the Abiding Together podcast, and although there are so many other people that talk about word of the year and things like that, I like how they involve discernment and soaking themselves in scripture and praying about their word of the year and the year ahead that word is going to affect. I like their approach because in a particular way, they allow God to give them their word of the year. If you listen to all their podcast episodes on how they've chosen the word of the year, it really is such a testament to how God speaks to each one of us uniquely, as long as we stay in the posture of being open to hearing his voice in our lives. How did I come up with my word of the year, and what is my word of the year? At the end of 2021, trying to get out of trying to be in control, and that's a continuous process. We know that. It was so good to be able to do midnight mass or simbang gabi with my friends, and there's a lot of asking why and wondering and questioning and thinking and overthinking about, oh, how would God figure this out for me? Or how will God fix this? I wonder what he's going to do. And the more I thought about these questions, the more I got annoyed, because it was like, can't I just trust and surrender and believe that he will come through for me? What do you do when you get annoyed with yourself? You start to dissect your thought process, which is what I did. Bring them to the foot of his cross in a way that would allow me to surrender and trust and lean into that more deeply. I wanted to do this before these nagging feelings turned into bigger occasions of hopelessness. And then I remembered that wonder, which is my word of the year, actually has another meaning. And instead of overthinking and rehashing and trying to be in control, I could adopt the second meaning of wonder, which was sit back and adopt a posture of just being in awe. And to remind myself that I am not owed anything. Everything that is mine to receive can only come from collaborating with God's grace and trusting that ultimately he has a plan that is for my great good. Every time I ask myself each day, like, what did I learn today? I try to go back to this posture, this attitude of awe and wonder. Sometimes it'll be asking questions like, what surprised me today? Or what have I relearned that I took for granted? Or what events during the day can I reframe into lessons or opportunities to learn? This examination has also been fruitful in enabling me to set my intentions for the next day. It's not enough anymore to just ask, oh, what did I learn today? But also, how can I apply what I learned today to tomorrow? God willing, I'm granted the next day, right? So it's all about learning and then applying, learning and then applying. This is the kind of attitude that I want to live from this year, how I'm applying my word of the year. And I'm claiming this is my year anyway. But also the attitude of constantly being able to learn. Growth mindset, as opposed to not really learning or improving from it. Those are the kinds of questions, and that's the attitude that I invite you to apply in your own life. Maybe the word of the year is a concept that's something you do every year, or it's something that's new to you. I highly encourage you to choosing your own word of the year. Come back to that and see how it fits into the direction you want to take your life. Anyway, thanks for joining me this month, and I'll see you for March 1st tomorrow.